Picture this. It is 6:15 p.m. on a Friday. You just survived a soul-crushing, meeting-heavy week. You are completely depleted, staring at your phone, and you remember the promise you made to yourself on Sunday. You are going to manually transfer $500 into your savings account today. But as you open your banking app, you get a targeted ad for a matte black espresso machine, followed instantly by $0 food delivery. Your brain is begging for a hit of dopamine. You tell yourself you worked incredibly hard and deserve a treat, so you will just save the money next week. If you rely on willpower to save money at the end of the month, you will fail 100% of the time. Willpower is a finite resource. It drains completely by the end of a stressful workday. When you try to budget manually, you are asking your brain to choose between a tangible, immediate reward right now, like a hot meal or a new gadget, and an abstract, invisible reward 30 years in the future. In that fight, your current self will defeat your future self almost every single time. Financial experts will scream at you to track every penny, skip your morning coffee, and use sheer discipline to build wealth. But human biology does not work that way. You are struggling not because you are lazy, but because you are fighting an unwinnable biological war against your own current desires. Let me introduce you to Jake and Marcus. They are both 28 years old, live in the exact same city, and make the exact same salary of $75,000 a year. Jake relies entirely on manual tracking. He has 8 different budgeting apps on his phone, feels intensely guilty about how much he spends dining out, and constantly vows to do better. He has exactly $3,200 saved. Marcus hasn't looked at a budget in 6 years. His strategy is completely automated and hands-off, and he has over $84,000 compounding quietly in his investment accounts. This chart shows the precise reason Jake is struggling while Marcus builds wealth. Researchers found that human biology essentially demands a staggering 277% annual return just to be willing to delay gratification by a mere 3 months. You cannot out-discipline that biological wiring. And when we look at the results of trying, the numbers are clear. Within a single month, over 90% of people completely abandon their personal finance apps. Mint, which was once the most popular budgeting app in America, shut down after tens of millions of users tracked their spending for years. During that exact same period, American credit card debt hit a record $1.27 trillion. We have created a population that has a target number, feels incredibly guilty about constantly exceeding it, and changes absolutely nothing about their actual behavior. Most people handle their money completely backwards. They get their paycheck, pay their landlord, pay the utility company, buy whatever they think they need, and then cross their fingers and hope to save whatever is left over. The catastrophic flaw in this cash flow model is that life has a funny way of expanding your expenses to meet your exact income. If you wait until the end of the month to save, there will miraculously be $0 left. The solution is the golden rule of wealth building: pay yourself first. Before paying anyone else or buying a single thing, extract 10 to 20% of your income for savings and investments. This is a non-negotiable expense, treated with the exact urgency as your rent or mortgage payment. Step 1 of this automated architecture is capturing the most important free money on the planet: your employer's 401k match. A 401k is a retirement plan offered by employers that comes with significant tax advantages. If your company offers a match and you are not enrolled, you are actively volunteering for a pay cut. Look at this diagram comparing retirement plan enrollments. Vanguard's data found plans with automatic enrollment achieve an incredible 94% participation rate. Voluntary enrollment gets only 64%. 30 percentage points of human behavior disappear the moment saving becomes a default. The money is extracted from your paycheck before it ever lands in your checking account. Because your brain never sees it, your lifestyle never learns to depend on it. Removing the active decision-making process is your permanent defense against absorbing raises into lifestyle creep. Step 2 happens the exact morning your paycheck hits your bank account. You set up an automatic transfer for the day after you get paid, instantly moving emergency funds into a separate high-yield savings account. A high-yield savings account is a deposit account that pays a much higher interest rate on your cash than a standard checking account. You want to deliberately keep this account at a completely different bank than your primary checking. This introduces crucial friction. If you want to spend that money on a spontaneous weekend trip, it takes 3 to 5 business days for the funds to transfer back. By the time the money arrives, the emotional urgency of the impulse buy has usually passed. Step 3 is completely automating your investments. Set up a recurring, automatic transfer from your checking account to a brokerage account, purchasing a broad market index fund without lifting a single finger. The S&P 500 is a stock market index tracking the performance of 500 of the largest companies in the United States. An ETF, like the SPY ticker shown here, lets you buy a tiny slice of all those companies at once in a single trade. You are buying the entire American economy on autopilot, month after month, without trying to time the market based on a scary news headline. By engineering delayed friction for your cash and automating your market participation, you perfectly isolate your long-term wealth from your daily emotional volatility. Let's run the brutal, unsexy math on why this lazy system is so powerful. Let's say you automate a transfer of just $500 a month into an S&P 500 index fund, starting at age 22. Historically, the stock market has returned an average of about 10% annually over long periods. You would end up with $3.16 million. Out of that massive total, you only personally contributed $240,000. The other $2.92 million came entirely from the mechanics of compound interest. You planted the seed automatically, and the market grew it into a forest while you were busy living your life. Think about the massive opportunity cost if you don't do this. The average American spends nearly $3,400 a year on impulse purchases, plus hundreds more a month on unused subscriptions and food delivery. That is over $550 a month leaking out of their accounts because they rely on willpower instead of automation. If you took that exact same leaky spending and automated it into an index fund at a 10% return, trading your early retirement for temporary convenience and takeout food is the invisible price of a manual financial system. Fast forward 20 years. Jake is 48 years old. He is still downloading the newest budgeting apps, still feeling a deep sense of shame every time he checks his credit card statement, and remains completely vulnerable. When an unexpected medical bill hits, it sends him into an absolute spiral, because his savings depend entirely on how much willpower he had left at the end of the month. Marcus is also 48. Because he automated his investments, his money was locked away and compounded before he ever had the chance to spend it on lifestyle inflation. Today, his portfolio generates more money in passive returns every single year than he actually contributes from his day job. Marcus achieved total financial independence. If he wants to quit a toxic boss, he quits. He didn't get there by being smarter or working harder. He got there by accepting that human willpower is deeply flawed and building a cold, emotionless machine to do the heavy lifting for him. The wealthy do not rely on motivation. They rely on systems. So do not download another budgeting spreadsheet that you will abandon in 3 weeks. Log into your banking portal or your HR payroll system right now and set up just one automatic transfer. Route a percentage of your paycheck into an investment account the exact day you get paid, and remove the decision entirely from your future self.